The mood in the business sector is matching the national mood. The business sector appears to be muddling along and the index reflects that, following the historic low in December last year.
Then from there on, luckily, or fortunately, it moved sideways, and we're standing in March at 81.2, which is still not a good figure. If you compare it at 2010, is actually the base figure at 100.
Economic growth expectations are not looking positive either, which means more bad news for consumers.
Miserable, likely to get more miserable, slowing down. I think that we've been going very slowly. The risk is that we start going negative and have a contraction rather than expansion. It's no good saying what rate of growth are we foreseeing. We're not seeing growth, and this is the problem.
The political environment in the country seems to be playing on the minds of the business sector, but this seems to have stabilized to a certain degree.
I think the Constitutional Court decision and guidance that we got against from the latest case they've handled was positive in the sense that constitutional democracy is again being established.
This is good news, and while the BCI focuses on locally based businesses, there is another risk which is beginning to rear its head.
We may have some social demonstrations that are very unfriendly towards the government. That is the risk. If that should happen, then foreigners are going to say, hey, that's not an attractive investment destination.
The country's central bank is also monitoring the situation carefully. Earlier this week, it revised its expectations, which doesn't augur well for its next MPC meeting in a month's time.
The Reserve Bank themselves have brought their forecast down to 0.8% for the year. That's hardly growth. But if you then measure that against a population that's growing at around 2.5% to 3% per annum, we're as individuals all getting poorer.
While there are 13 different sub-indices that affect business confidence for the SACCI index, the issue really is about the environment. And if that's not stable and conducive, believe me, business people aren't going to be doing business. I'm Angelo Coppola for CCTV in Rosebank, Johannesburg.